want to talk a little bit about Thunderbolt 5 on the new MacBook Pros and the new Mac Mini. I did a video recently on what you buy the new MacBook Pro for and sort of breaking down, is it worth it? Is it for Apple Intelligence? Not really, but so you can go check that out. Okay, I want to talk a little bit more about Thunderbolt 5 because that is here now on the new MacBook Pros and it's going to start trickling out to other Apple devices. What's the big deal with Thunderbolt 5? Does it actually matter? Because yeah, these ports look very familiar, don't they? They look the same as Thunderbolt 4, don't they? But they're not. Thunderbolt 4 had throughput speeds of 40 gigabits per second. Thunderbolt 5 cranks that up to 120. So here you are looking at this MacBook Pro. Looks great, looks cool, but it looks very similar, right? This is an internal upgrade that actually, if you are a pro, a professional person moving around huge files, can make a big difference. There's a few things people think about. A lot of people are like, well, I'm gonna charge using this port here. Okay, yeah, you can, but the Thunderbolt ports aren't just for transferring files. Those can charge as well. And not just charge, but they can charge at up to 240 watts. What does that mean? Why would you even think about charging through that port if you have a dedicated charging port? Well, peripherals, obviously. Let's say, again, you're a pro and you want to work with multiple monitors. And not just monitors, but really high quality monitors, like 8K monitors. That's what I would call a more demanding peripheral, and that's what these ports are gonna let you connect. So you're a graphic designer or a video editor or a photographer or some other field that's working with really visual intensive files, right? Or your workflows. And you need to drive two 8K displays with high refresh rates. Now you're able to do that really easily here and keep everything powered and charged. I actually said in my recent video about the MacBook Pro that you buy it for the chip, you buy it for the power, and everything else is sort of an add-on. I just don't want people to lose track of the fact that Thunderbolt 5 is actually a very pro upgrade for people. If you don't know that you need it, then you don't even need to worry about it. But there are people out there who are like, I've been dreaming about this. I want this. I need those faster transfer rates. I want those better, higher quality displays, and I want a lot of them. Macs tend to last for a very long time. So another thing here that comes along with these ports is future-proofing. Even if you don't need such powerful ports right now, either because your workflow just doesn't require it, or maybe it's a budgetary issue, whatever it is, you might want them in the future or need them in the future. So it actually can be a good way to think beyond the present and think out to, the next several years. Now, I just want to make a resource here for people who are really interested in these ports, which is probably not the majority of people, but you also have to think about backward compatibility. I'm going to answer some questions here. Is this backward compatible if you get the Thunderbolt 5 port? Well, the answer is yes. You can use like Thunderbolt 3, Thunderbolt 4 accessories with this, but they're not going to work at the Thunderbolt 5 speeds or capabilities, right? It's going to dumb down to the capabilities of Thunderbolt 4, Thunderbolt 3. So just because you have this cool port, it doesn't mean that it's going to be an automatic upgrade or you're going to get like immediate performance gains when you plug in your old accessories to the new port, if that makes sense. The other thing you want to watch out for is don't buy the wrong cables for these. The cables, they look the same, right? I've done this myself. I've gone out and I've been like, oh, cool, I'm gonna get all these new capabilities, and then I get the wrong cord or whatever. So just double check before you actually purchase anything. Now, beyond the everyday stuff here that we've kind of been covering, there's some speculation that these ports might actually be a little more interesting than just what you see on the surface. Some people are kind of starting to speculate if there's some implications for gaming and VR, where you have the Thunderbolt 5 capabilities leading to things like better external GPU support or higher resolution for VR displays. But again, in my estimation, you're not buying the new MacBook Pro for the Apple Intelligence at the moment, but you are buying it for the high power capabilities, particularly the chip inside, but also these very nice professional upgrades like Thunderbolt 5.